All right.
Okay, cool.
On here. All right. So we're just going to go real quick. We have one item on the agenda here, which is just about README formatting because Rand over here has set up a process to pull in READMEs from our various modules into the Express.js.org or .com website directly.
Mhm.
And so he just wanted to bring up the topic. So yeah, all right.
Yeah, so I mean, I think now, if you go to that middleware page, you can, if you click on any of those, actually, I could do a screen share, and might be kind of slick. Let's see if we can get that to work here.
Let's say we haven't done that before on here.
What do you think? Well, it should work, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do it. Your screen sharing. Okay, can you see it now?
Yep. And I can even
Okay,
make you
cool.
presenter to everyone. I assume that will definitely make sure it shows up in the recording.
Yeah. So yeah, if you go to this page now, it's under resources, and then there's a middleware menu item. It's got a table of all the middleware that sort of gives you just a brief description of everything, and then down below that there's some sort of additional middleware. But the stuff I'm focused on right now is the middleware that's in the Express.js org. And there's also this little nav bar on the left, which stays there. So like, for example, if I click on one of these, say, I don't know, cookie session, then it actually, that's just the README of cookie session that's like, pulled in from that repo, and then it's just sort of, displayed, basically just as a convenience to developers, to make it easier to refer to the documentation. So and there's, most of these are in reasonably good shape, and they're fairly consistent, but some of them are not. And I think it's just, and I don't want to get too too crazy about it, but just to have some general guidelines, and so we can have some consistency.
Cool. Yeah. Jeremiah,
Yeah.
when he was here with us, he actually was kind of like doing some stuff exactly that, kind of like, saying like, hey, let's make the READMEs this way. So I think he still has some docs somewhere, so I will try to dig them up and
Okay, cool.
make it an issue on the discussions repo.
Okay.
For them. You can, and then I can dig it up and we can put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, generally, kind of formatted ish was just modules name exactly as on npm, then badges, then like some line,
Mm-hmm.
then usually some kind of way to install. But yeah, in fact, there's actually this. So just like we're starting to kind of use this thing called standard JS for the code.
Mm-hmm.
Someone apparently made some kind of like quote standard README thing as well.
Oh, really?
And it's actually very similar to how we had ours anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably post a link to that so we can look at that too, because that could be an easy way to do it. Just be like, oh, let's just do that,
Okay.
and
Cool.
we can be done with it. So
yeah, that sounds fine.
yeah, I see the installation is not always the same color, so they must be some mocked up with probably some say bash, some say sh, and some don't say anything potentially. And
Yeah, I suspect it's something like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's one of them, which I think it's Connect Rid, that has this big image, which is, none of the other ones really have that. So it's kind of like, maybe that's not, I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, we had, so it's that's the author, friend FREGMK too. He loved to do that. He does more Koa stuff these days, but when he was doing stuff here, yeah, he liked to do that. So usually his modules will all look like that.
I see.
And that was before there was really any real consistency. So yeah, I definitely think at least having some kind of consistency, especially like pulling them all up in here to make them at least feel similar.
Yeah.
Would be cool.
Yeah. All right, great. Yeah, and as soon as we sort of agree on a general, guidelines or template or whatever, I'm happy to kind of go through and, make sure that they all conform to that, and which should be just fairly straightforward, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
I was navigating the website when you made that, when I saw your agenda item.
hmm,
It looks pretty cool.
yeah.
It's of course
Yeah.
even slicker because it's not like an iframe or anything. It's like directly in there, so it makes it feel even slicker.
Yeah. 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 I think it's worked pretty well. And like I said, I think in the issue I mentioned, I wrote it, I just did a bash script,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, you know, I should really be using Node. So I've actually started working on that just as a little exercise for myself. And, I've pretty much got it done. And so at some point I'll replace that bash script with a Node script, and just for sort of, you know, the sake of using Node. And Bash is pretty ugly anyway. So
Cool. Yeah, and I never really thought of that, but yeah, like especially if we do this for like the middleware,
mhm.
um, yeah, I think it will actually be pretty slick and helping people at least kind of like better discover, you know, the middleware that we
Yeah,
have, like the standard ones.
yeah, for sure. And I probably need to maybe go through and link this in because it's a little bit hidden over here in this menu. But you know, I might like I haven't linked to this page from some of the other pages, and like this page in particular using middleware. So I should do that just to kind of make it a little more obvious. Um, and sort of on a separate but related note, I did go ahead and add this. These are the Pillar.js modules.
Yep.
And they're not pulled in. The READMEs are not pulled in. It just links out to the npm pages. Just because
Cool.
I
Yeah.
don't know, you know.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it too, as I was navigating it, and because really they're kind of like not really, because I was thinking about when I was navigating it, because like I said, because it's like part of it, it's not like an iframe. It makes those middlewares almost like feel kind of part of Express being like that.
Yeah,
Um, and that makes sense for like the middleware because that would be what people would directly use, you know.
sure.
Uh, and also, I liked how you have, you know, that you put that replaces built-in function
Yeah,
for Express 3,
yeah,
kind of like, hey, this went to here. That's pretty cool too. I didn't even think about that, or see that when I first looked at it, and when I went to the website, I was like, oh, that's cool.
yeah, good.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, and then that for the additional ones, like then it starts to become kind of almost like kind of dubious, to kind of
yeah,
like include those other pillar ones, just
yeah,
because it's like, oh well, yeah,
yeah. It's and after after you know your comments on the issue, it seemed like this was the right thing to do. Where it's like it's mentioned, you know, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, if you need to use it, there it is, but it's not really as much a part of you know the framework in the sense that it's the middleware are. So
right,
yeah.
cool.
All right. Cool. Well, I think let's see. Let me finish. How do I stop? Oh, okay. Infinite. How do I stop
Mhm.
screen sharing here? Can try and do that somewhere. There we go. I think. Okay.
Yep, cool.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's probably wraps up our meeting today. Really.
Yeah. That's the only thing I have.
I mean,
That's,
I guess the only other thing to touch on is that there was an issue about the printing thing,
oh
and
yeah.
really, like, just since you're here, I mean, the printing thing, I would pretty much say, I mean, yeah, I've done printing a lot on some websites for like, you know, online stuff. It's a hard question. I understand. I of course definitely see the value in, you know, allowing people to print the API because kind of like a reference thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's actually kind of hard to get right. I mean, I would pretty much say like, I mean, if someone wants to contribute some tweaks to the styles to make it print a little better, like break pages a little better,
Right.
that'd be cool. Um, how they fight that with the browsers is just super annoying sometimes, because
Yeah.
they have weird quirks and things. And I mean, the only true way, because basically because of that, the only true way to really offer a good print is that we would generate PDFs. But even that, of course, that's you know, going to be a hassle to maintain because since we're on GitHub pages, it's not like we can do dynamic. Either we have to have some kind of free service and give a link to it, and then Of
Yeah.
course, that's still going to do the same thing. It basically pulls down the HTML and essentially prints it on the server.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to make our CSS play to its little quirks. Otherwise, we would have to hand roll it, which I don't think that. I mean, that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. So
Especially for ongoing maintenance work, not the
yeah.
initial is probably pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, in that issue, I think I responded and I found one of those online sites where you can generate a PDF, and
Right.
I did it, and it looks pretty good, except they they put this watermark at the bottom, of course, which I'm not sure we want to necessarily be promoting some random PDF generating website, but if someone wants to generate it themselves, it's not that hard,
Yeah, I might take a stab at some CSS that hopefully should work okay on Chrome, at least the current version of Chrome and Firefox,
Yeah.
and see what that is. Because I have a whole bunch of experience doing that print based CSS stuff.
Oh, really? Cool. Yeah.
For some others, for some work and stuff. So,
well, yeah. I mean, I
take a stab at it.
Yeah, if you want to, that would be great. I mean, I just that's sort of beyond my my skill set, to be honest.
Yeah, the hardest thing, of course, will be ongoing maintenance. Because it will. I'll try to make it hopefully as generic as we can, and at least test it at the moment. Of course, if we change something later and then it like messes it up, I mean, we'll just have to revisit it when someone complains, because it's not like we're gonna every single PR we're gonna try printing it and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to do that, that'd be great. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have to get too crazy about it. But if
right.
if we can, that'd be awesome. I'm sure people, some people would use it for sure. So, okay, cool. All right, well, that's about it. Thanks for waiting for me.
Yep.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too.